Hey guys, welcome back to another Mythic Legions action figure review. Today we're taking a look at Baron Volligar 2, an updated version of the character in the Illythia wave. On the back of the package we have new artwork featuring one of the Four Horsemen, Illythia, the vampire goddess. On the side we have a small picture of the figure along with a few short paragraphs about the figure. Mythic Legions all come in collector friendly packaging, easy to remove from the box without having to tear it apart. The return of the goddess Illythia to her brood was a day of celebration for the vampires of Mythos. But for Baron Volligar, it had much more importance. He was now reunited with his mother. As the son of Illythia, Baron Volligar is one of the most powerful and knowledgeable of all vampire kind. After the disappearance of Illythia, Baron Volligar bore a daughter of his own, Lucretia, to lead Illythia's brood. Meanwhile, the Baron himself would spend ages tirelessly scheming and carving a bloody path through Mythos, stopping at nothing to hasten the return of Illythia. Now that the Baron and his daughter have been reunited with Illythia, a new brutal age of suffering will be unleashed, the likes of which Mythos has never seen before. Let's take a look at the details. The Baron's pale face has a nose like a bat, bright white eyes, and small fangs sticking out of his mouth. The skin is wrinkled and saggy, filled with scars, with one large gash between his eyes and forehead. The collar has purple skeletal spikes reaching upward. The inside of the collar is detailed as well. It has a diamond pattern, giving the appearance of a tufted fabric effect. On the back of the head we can see the rest of the decorative collar, with the spine down the center with two small wings beside it. A large purple crest of Illythia's head can be seen on the chest, with two large spines on the side. Underneath we have a glossy black armor, designed with strips of black plates, silver rivets, and spiral snake patterns. The back has a clean glossy finish with little detail. The large sockets will be covered up with shoulder armor later in the review. The armored shoulder has plates of glossy black armor stacked over each other with silver and purple stripes painted down the center. Black orcish style gauntlets wrap around the wrist and hands, with the glossy paint hiding most of the small details. A large purple buckle is at the center of the belt, encased in more glossy armor. Underneath we can see the smaller brown leather belt with gray fur underneath. Hanging underneath the belt we have a purple tabard sculpting with cloth-like waves reaching all the way to the ankles. On the side we can see more of the brown leather belt wrapping around the figure, as well as a small decorative plate hanging from it. Underneath we have more large plates of black glossy armor dotted with silver rivets and a small patch of chainmail underneath. Under the belt we can see the thighs. We have chainmail tucked into the plates of knight armor, with more of that purple and silver stripes painted down the center. The legs also use the orcish style, with all the sharp plates stacked over each other, detailed with scratches and dents. We wrap up the details with the boot of the figure. In the same orcish style of the legs, we have sharp edges of spiked armor layered over each other. Let's check out the articulation. We have a ball jointed head, with the collar blocking some of the motion. Shoulders that open and rotate. Elbows that bend inward and rotate. A rotating forearm. Wrists that can bend up and down and rotate. A ball joint at the waist. Legs that open and bend forward and back, with the armor here being soft for better range. Thighs that rotate. Knees that bend back and rotate, ankles that bend up and down and rotate, and the foot that rotates. Let's take a look at what accessories we get. We get a pair of unique shoulders only seen on Baron Volligar. A purple skeletal dragon rests at the center, surrounded by snakes and skeletal spines. Small black wings are also sculpted into the armor. To install the shoulder armor, you just match the peg with the socket on the back. They can rotate slightly for better articulation in the shoulder. We get a cloth cape made of a stretchy fabric. It has holes at the top to place into the shoulder armor pegs. Folding the cape inward and then outward gives the same folded effect seen in the promotional images. The cape folds into itself, giving off a wavy pattern that stays locked in this style. We get a soft gray fur pelt. The fur drapes over the figure, with the extended sections tucking into the shoulder armor and resting on his side. The fur holds into place well and gives the figure a less glossy appearance overall. The full profile of the figure is much larger after installing all of the cloth goods. We get a large two-handed sword in the style of a Zweihander. Small blue gems are placed on the handle. We get a vampire-styled sword with a dark steel blade and a blue gem on the handle. And we get an elvish-style shield in the same glossy black and purple colors of the armor. It comes with a 2.0 style shield grip. Baron Volligar must be someone's favorite character over at Four Horsemen Studios to get a second version of the figure. It's an impressive look into how far Mythic Legions have come, and what they can do with the standard 1.0 body released so long ago. With only the arms and legs sharing similar parts, Baron Volligar 2 uses completely new parts everywhere else, with some great detailing in the sculpting. The face sculpt is another amazing detail, with the wrinkles and sagging skin really showing off the age of the centuries-old Baron. We get that standard loadout for Mythic Legions, 3 accessories and the shoulder armor, with the included cloth accessories let you get some good value on poses and combinations. The cloth parts are delicate, something you will put on and not want to mess around with, as some of the fur is easy to loosen off of the pelt. The glossy black paint combined with the bright purple really lets all the details that were painted stand out, forming an excellent contrast of color. Baron is a great figure to increase the size of your Vampire Legion. Since the first version is a helmeted figure with no unique features, picking up this version doesn't have any effect on your collection. I do wonder if any other important lore characters will receive this treatment. As of the time of this review, there hasn't been any other remakes, but it makes you wonder if it's worth chasing down these older figures. Baron Volligar 2 is a must-have for those collecting all of the vampires in Mythic Legions. A unique head sculpt, unique armor, and cloth accessories set him apart from all the other vampires. The Baron is definitely worth checking out. The high quality sculpting is well worth it alone. Alright guys, that's it for this review. More reviews are coming up soon, so check out my other videos or leave a comment while you wait.